are going to start our next step, our next phase of our All About books. Are you super excited?
Yes.
So we've been working, the past couple weeks, we've been working on doing our research on our animals, right? And using our books and using different resources to help us with that. And our main goal, do you guys remember we said our main goal is for writing these books? What do we want to do? We want all of you to be what? Do you remember? I want you to be like me. What am I?
A teacher.
I'm a teacher, and what do I do for you guys? I teach you things, right? So we want you all to be teachers, right? That's what we talked about, that this is really exciting for you because you're going to get to teach other people what you're learning. And so we've been studying these animal books, and we've been doing the research, and we've had to use different books on our different animals. Sometimes we've had to look in different books to find out where they live or what they eat, and we've been filling out our graphic organizers, right? And a lot of you have multiple graphic organizers on multiple different animals, which is amazing, because today what we're going to do is we're going to take that next step. And we're going to start to take our information that we've been researching and switching it into more of a book format so we can start writing our All About books. So you guys can be the teachers and you can start teaching others about these animals we've been learning on. Isn't that super exciting?
Yeah.
So every single one of you, when we are done, guess what you're going to have?
What?
You're going to have a book, a whole book about an animal that you've been researching to share with the rest of us and to share with other people to teach them what you've learned. Isn't that super exciting?
Yes.
Like, I am so excited for you because you guys are going to be so proud and you're going to be so, like, you're just going to have so much pride in your work. So we're going to get started today. So all of you have at least one of these, correct?
Yes.
In your folders? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the one that I had done. Now you'll notice I didn't do my little pictures yet. I ran out of time when I was working on it, right? So some of you, you might choose one that you have to finish a little bit on today, and that's okay. So you can choose to finish that. But let's take a look. So I did one on coyotes. You guys remember when we were looking through our coyotes book a while ago and we read it together? So this was the paper that I did. So we wrote our topic up top. Remember, we have coyotes. Remember that first box, we draw our picture of our animal, and we label important parts that we learn about in our story. And so we know the coyote has long legs, he has that bushy tail, and he has pointed ears that help him, okay? So then we come down here and we start by choosing 3 things that we think are important for our audience to know, right? 3 facts that we want them to know that we've learned. So the first one says a coyote is a wild dog that is bigger than a fox but smaller than a wolf. Coyotes will eat small animals, nuts, fruit, and dead animals they might find. And coyotes can run fast and trot for hours. They have long legs to help them run. So those were 3 facts that I thought were important. Now, what are some things that I don't have on here that might be important that I might need to go back and research more for my book? What are some facts I didn't have? We said what they eat, right? But what's something else that I didn't tell you? Natalie.
Where they live.
Where they live. I didn't put that in there. That wasn't one of the things because it didn't give me a clear answer in the book. Remember, many of our books, it hasn't given us that clear answer of where they live. So that's when I'm going to have to go find my other book to find that answer. So that will be something. But let's go ahead and start with this. Now we have our writing paper here. And what we're going to do with this is we're just going to take our facts from our paper and we're going to basically transfer it right over to our writing paper. Because we already did the work here, right? We already did the work, we did our research, we wrote our sentences here on our facts, so now all we have to do is transfer it over to our book. So today, we are going to do that. Now, I'm not going to do any pictures yet. Why do you think that is?
Because you write words first.
Because I want to write my words first, because that's the really important part, but I want to have all my words done before I start drawing my pictures. I want to make sure I have all my details in my words. Then I can go back and draw my beautiful pictures to finish off my book, okay? So we're going to start with the words today, and I'm just going to transfer right over. So I'm going to start with my first fact, and I'm going to go ahead and write what I wrote already. So I'm going to start, remember we always start with our capital letter, so a coyote is a wild dog that is bigger a fox, but smaller than a wolf. And what do I need to make sure I put at the end of my sentence?
A period.
Good. I have to have that punctuation, and this is just a period right now. Okay, so there's my first fact right there. Got it on there. Done. Boom. And then you know what I'm going to do on my paper over here? I'm going to give myself a little check mark so I remember that I already wrote it on a paper. Okay? That's just a self-check for me. So I know, oh, I already wrote that fact. Then I would go to my next fact. And I would write. Now, our papers are double-sided. Okay? So it does take some thinking, too, as far as, like, the order we want it in. We may end up rewriting it if we get to the point where we're like, you know what, that doesn't make any sense. We can always rewrite it later in a different order too. Okay, so this isn't a one-day process, right? This is something that has been taking us a long time. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'll do it on a new piece of paper so you can see it. And I'm just going to go to my next fact and I'm going to rewrite this one. And do you see how I'm looking? I'm looking back and forth to make sure I have the same words. Because like I said, I already did the work here. Now I just have to copy it. So coyotes will eat small animals, nuts, fruits, and dead animals they might find. And make sure I have my period. So do you see how I'm just taking my work I already did and transferring it on here? I'm not doing the pictures yet. I'll go back and do my pictures at the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you have any questions? I did my second one, so I'm going to do that. I'm not going to write the third one for you because I think you get the idea. You guys got the idea of what you're doing on this?
Yeah.
Okay.